itself in a fresh internal battle as leaders continue to target Shashi Tharoor for presenting India's viewpoint abroad. Senior leader Salman Khurshid has now taken a swipe at what he said people at home. Khurshid has questioned the political calculations happening back home. He said, and I quote, "When on a mission against terrorism, carrying India's message to the world, it's distressing that people at home are calculating political allegiances." Khurshid remarked as he also asked, is it so difficult to be patriotic? Meanwhile, as per the Congress sources, this is what top sources in the Congress camp are telling CNN News 18, the party has also issued an advisory to its own leaders saying that it's not tough to maintain a balance between political loyalty and standing for the nation. Meanwhile, the BJP has seized the moment, saying the Congress must take a lesson from its own leaders who are now holding up the mirror to the grand old party.
After Shashi Tharoor and Manish Tiwari, now yet another Congress leader has given a reality check and shown the mirror to Congress and India Alliance. Salman Khurshid ji has said that when the all-party delegation is on a mission to expose Pakistan, putting India first, some people are calculating the political allegiances. And is it so difficult to be patriotic? This is a resounding slap on those people's faces who are constantly doubting India's military might and India's diplomatic strike.
So remember, in Jakarta, it was Salman Khurshid himself who has said that it was the Pakistan DGMO who called the Indian DGMO when it comes to the ceasefire between the two nations after the success of Operation Sindoor. This is in stark contrast to the narrative being pushed by several top Congress leaders who state that it was under US pressure that the ceasefire was brokered between India and Pakistan. So Congress versus Congress taking place around the politics surrounding Operation Sindoor. Salman Khurshid and Shashi Tharoor among the several senior Congress leaders who are questioning their own party when it comes to the political stand surrounding Operation Sindoor. This as these senior political leaders are making India's case abroad. Salman Khurshid himself, being a former external affairs minister, making the case that national security should not be a notion of politics and should not be questioned across the political spectrum, calling for unity when it comes to Operation Sindoor and the crippling of the terror infrastructure in Pakistan in the wake of the Pahalgam terror attack. Salman Khurshid sending out that message also within the Congress camp. That's what top Congress sources are telling CNN News 18, that there is a pitch coming in to the senior spokespersons that there has to be a balance between questioning the BJP and showing patriotism for the nation. But at the same time, several Congress leaders have questioned Operation Sindoor, raising questions as to what was the extent of the damage. And those questions are also coming in from senior Congress leaders, including sitting chief ministers like Revanth Reddy as well as Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu. I'm joined by my colleague Pallavi Ghosh on the broadcast. So Pallavi, this Congress versus Congress narrative that's taking place in the wake of Operation Sindoor, while Shashi Tharoor and Salman Khurshid making the case that India has dealt a severe blow to the terror infrastructure in Pakistan, senior Congress leaders, not just standard spokespersons, sitting chief ministers, continue to question Operation Sindoor. So you have two different political ends at the same time within the Congress camp, and that's something that doesn't seem to be ending anytime soon.
You're absolutely right, Ayushman. It is not so much government versus the delegation, it is actually Congress versus the Congress. I mean, if you just step back and look at the going on within the Congress party, on one hand, we have leaders like a Salman Khurshid or say a Manish Tiwari or a Shashi Tharoor actually speaking like they should as a part of the delegation, because here you're representing not just your political party, you're also actually representing India, and over there you're telling the countries you're visiting that look, we are the wronged nation. It's a rogue country which is Pakistan, and Pakistan needs all kind of condemnation, and for this it is important that the world stands together with India, and this help is required not necessarily in terms of military, because we have got that acumen, but what is most important is that economic lifeline of Pakistan should be cut off. But back home over here, you've heard words coming in from, say, an Udit Raj, where he has said that, you know, Shashi Tharoor is speaking like a BJP spokesperson. Then you, of course, have a Revanth Reddy, Mr. Kharge, just about everyone, Rahul Gandhi, all of them actually repeatedly questioning the government. See, no one has a problem with questioning the government because you have have a right in a parliamentary democracy. But what are the questions you're asking? What is the time you're asking these questions? With what face will the delegation meet the country representatives that they're visiting when back home over here in India, the government is trying to be attacked, is being shamefaced, an attempt is being made to do that. And that is why the Congress versus Congress narrative that we are seeing is actually unfortunately making only the Congress look rattled, confused and weak.
Right, but Pallavi, at the same time, if you look at the surgical strike, if you look at what happened in Balakot, Congress was clearly on the back foot when it came to the political narrative surrounding those surgical strikes against Pakistan. In this case, initially, there was a united front when it comes to Operation Sindoor, but even till date, several top opposition leaders, let's look at Asaduddin Owaisi, one of the most staunch critics of the Modi government. He has taken a very nationalist line, a pro-Operation Sindoor line. I won't call it a pro-government line, but a pro-Operation Sindoor line. At the same time, this fraying that's taking place within the Congress narrative, what are the political compulsions that they seem to be under when it comes to this kind of narrative coming in from the grand old party? What kind of political pressure are they facing which is forcing them to make such statements?
Well, I'm just going to step back in time in 2019 when the Congress party lost. In fact, let's go back to 2014. The Prime Minister Modi became the PM on the point of Dr. Manmohan Singh being a weak Prime Minister, running a very weak foreign policy and anti-terror policy. And that is a blow which the Congress really has never recovered from. Come 2019, after the Balakot air strikes, there was a CWC meeting in which many senior leaders, including one of them being Anand Sharma, who made the point that, we had a faulty policy. We had actually attacked the government and questioned them and asked for proof on surgical strikes, and it has come back to hurt us. It is very easy now for the BJP to label us as a party which is anti-national, and therefore when the Congress decided that they're going to staunchly side by the government as far as Operation Sindoor is concerned, there were of course many happy faces within the Congress saying chalo der aaye durust aaye, but that happiness did not last long, and now you have the Congress going back to give it back to the BJP what they received in 2014. One, projecting the Prime Minister as being a weak Prime Minister who can't even stand up to America, in fact takes dictations from Donald Trump, and second, has not been able to stand up to Pakistan as well in terms of having a weak anti-terror policy. And that is why they're asking this question, that where are the terrorists who conducted a Pahalgam attack, because they're the same bunch who had actually done previous terror attacks as well. So we understand politically speaking where the Congress party is trying to take revenge, Ayushman, but taking this revenge will actually boomerang on them. The first big election coming up post Operation Sindoor, of course, is going to be the Bihar one, and that is where the litmus test will arrive. Let's not forget the maximum number of Agniveers and a large number of people from the Forge are actually belonging to Bihar. So this could actually hurt them when you start raising questions over the armed forces capability.
Absolutely. And